my loves, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Hi, hello, my name is Loey. Today we're back for another haunted side of TikTok video. I told you guys I wanted to start doing these more like once a week and do them a bit more casually and just sort of check in and show you the spooky finds that I came across on TikTok this week. And since this is like our little weekly bestie hangout, I feel like we should like catch up in these videos. What have you guys been up to? How was this week? Mine has been good and productive. I got back from traveling and I actually am only here for like a week before I travel again. My last travel wasn't really for fun. It was for a family emergency. So I'm really excited to be taking just like a trip for funsies, but also for work. AKA, I might be leaving the country to do something spooky. And that's all I'm telling you. Not a word more, but I think you'll be very excited to see it. Before we get into today's video, I want to say a huge thank you to our sponsor, Way. When I tell you guys that I screamed like a little kid when Way reached out and asked to sponsor a video, because Way has been my absolute favorite brand in the past year. I'm always wearing wigs in my videos, but I am so pleased to tell you guys that this is my real hair. It is on my head. I went bleach blonde, baby. And I got this really pretty rose gold color, but a lot of people have asked how my hair has stayed healthy. Of course, so much of hair color is due to a good stylist who uses good products, but my hair care routine is really solid, and so much of that routine is Way products. My hair gets a lot drier around the fall and winter months, so I feel like it needs a little bit extra TLC. Sometimes I'll use a hair mask or treatment, but I'm really loving the Way leave-in conditioner. I have dry, bleached hair, and this really gives a lot of life back into it. It helps with frizz, flyaways, and breakage. It also protects from heat up to 450 degrees, and it's cruelty-free. Now my hair is a bit drier, but sometimes I'll need a bit of a reset and I'll just feel like I have a lot of product buildup in my hair. And that's when I love the Way Detox Shampoo. This helps to get rid of dirt and oil and just product buildup of any kind. It's made of apple cider vinegar, free of sulfates and parabens, and it smells really good. Also, it will just leave your hair smelling so fresh, so clean. These products are also color safe in case you're like your girl and like to change your hair up sometimes. And just in time for the holidays, the Way Better Together kit allows you to get both of these full-size products for only $40. My hair has been through a lot of drama and damage in the past few months. And trust me when I tell you, I'm looking for really quality products to take care of it right now, and Way truly fits the bill. Since implementing their products into my hair care routine, specifically the detox shampoo and the leave-in conditioner that I showed you guys today, my hair has never felt stronger, has never felt healthier, which is the most important thing, but also just like looks good and smells good. Way somehow has the best scents in the entire world. Treat your loved ones to the gift of holiday hair care this season and get a little something for yourself while you're at it by going to chelldellbell.com and using code Loey for 15% off of your entire purchase. That's 15% off of your entire order at chelldellbell.com and using code Loey. Thanks to Way for sponsoring this video, and let's get into the TikToks. So jumping into the video, today we have 18 haunted paranormal TikToks from the haunted side of TikTok. These range everywhere from a haunted home story to a haunted prison, all the way to someone experiencing somebody running a bath for him in his house, except he lives alone. So grab your drink, grab your snack, and settle in for 18 videos from the haunted side of TikTok. The first set of videos that we have are from the TikTok user kelseaconboy. And this story is like popping off on TikTok right now. It features a mother talking about her son's bizarre experience at her parents', his grandparents' home.
A couple months back, my parents bought a new property and they moved into it. And my son has been going down there. And a couple months ago, he started telling me about the two girls that he sees at Grandma and Grandpa's house. And I was like, I mean, the dude had like details, okay? He said that there's two girls, they're red. And they're sad because they can't go night-night. They come out of the hole in the woods and they used to work there. I was like, no. But he kept talking about them. And his story stayed very consistent. And I was like, well, what do they say to you? Just one day. Just because I was like, what do they say to you? He was like, don't come back. I was like, bro. I still was like, you know what? Kids have overactive imaginations. I'm just gonna back off, like just chill out. Not that long ago at our house, we were digging a trench And he was like, I want to play in the hole. And I was like, yeah, let's play in the hole. Got his toys, whatever. Next thing I know is like he snaps. And he's like, get me out of the hole. I don't need to go in the hole. I'm a good boy. Don't put me in the hole. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why are you, like, I've never put you in a hole before. But he was like genuinely afraid. And I was like, okay, let's just, okay. Yesterday was my mom's birthday. So I went down to their house and we were all there. And he started talking about the girls are upstairs. And I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. So I started like, picking for information. And he, kind of fed into it a little bit. And I started making a joke about it, like laughing at them. My whole family sitting in the dining room. Next thing you know, we hear bang, bang. And I'm like, what was that? So like we all get up to investigate and we walk over and a bird has flown into the window and died. My son's just sitting there like, yeah, duh. Shouldn't have done me. Like, are you surprised? My grandma always told me that like birds flying into your windows were bad omens. It always meant like death was looming. And I seem okay right now because I'm trying to keep him okay. But tonight, one of our dogs passed away. Yeah, like she was fine. I found her just in her bed. But it's like something snapped and I was like, maybe I should actually start taking this seriously. And I started texting my friends who I think would know anything about this. And they're like, yeah, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. I don't know what is happening and I don't know what to do.
And based on this video already, we can see that the son is experiencing something really, really sinister in this house. First off, there's the two girls he's been seeing, and the two girls are red. They say that they can't go night-night. They come out of a hole in the woods and they used to work there. Then when the son talks about them again, the mother kind of pokes fun at them as though they're like imaginary friends. And a bird flies into the window. And lastly, of course, tragedy struck the family when the family dog died unexpectedly. So it's probably unsurprising that these videos went so viral. I was tagged in them so much. And also, by the way, if you ever want to be part of these haunted and scary side of TikTok videos, you can tag me in any scary videos that you find across TikTok at LoeyBugXO, and you might have a chance at having them featured in an upcoming video. So this video comes out and everyone is of course giving Kelsey advice, asking for further information, and just generally trying to get to the bottom of this in her comment section. So she posts an update video. In this update video, she essentially, it's like a 3-minute video, and she looks into the history of her parents' property. Now, I'm not gonna just like play the full 3 minutes here. You can go to her profile if you wanna hear everything. But one thing that I thought was really important to note here is that in the will of the original owner of this property, he left it to Sarah, who the poster believes, who Kelsey believes, is like the daughter of this guy. And in the will, apparently, he says the land would be left to her forevermore, to her and her heirs, and only her heirs. In this video as well, Kelsey mentions a graveyard on the property, which I thought was pretty creepy and worthy of noting as well.
The Historical Society has come out to my parents' house because there is a graveyard there. They've taken pictures, but we haven't heard anything back yet, and I understand things like that are going to take time, but they did give us the name of the original owner of the property. And his name was William. So Sarah was who the land that my parents owned was left to, and his will stated forevermore for her heirs and only her heirs. I did just find her husband Milton. I have not gone any further than that. It's actually really hard to find anything. Is this answering my questions? No, but maybe if I keep going.
So further research is done and Kelsey comes back again to clarify more about the property. She's been doing a lot of research and just hitting the ground running, trying to look for answers. So that's what this update video is about.
The people who my parents bought the property from told them this. When they found the house, which is new, by the way, it was built in like 2004. So house is new, property is old. When they found the house, they were driving around one day and they saw this beautiful house that was completely overgrown and abandoned. And they called the bank, and it turns out it was a short sale. So they went on ahead and purchased through the short sale, found the deed, found the last name of the people that they purchased it from.
Kelsey says she found the last name of the previous owner on the deed, looked them up on Facebook, and came into contact with them. And goes on to tell a story that she's been given about what exactly happened to the property when the house was being built.
So I reached out, and he ended up telling me everything that had happened. So these people found this piece of property, they loved it, and they decided this is where we want to build our dream home.
Unfortunately, their dream home came with a lot of land disturbing. They use excavators, bulldozers, they dug ponds, they put in paths, they moved trees, they messed with the marsh, and it was just a lot of land disturbing. I don't really know much about that, but like from what I've heard in the comments that I've read, like not good. After they did all this land disturbing, they got the house built. It was their dream home, stables, fields. They moved in. And then within a couple years, the husband is passed away. So he did pass away in the house. He was very young, so he had no life insurance. She kept it up for a little while, and then she became overwhelmed. The property is large, and it's a lot of work to do by yourself, and then money became a problem. So she started to auction off everything she owns, her furniture, her animals, her equipment, and it just got too much, and she just left. And she said, I'm just gonna leave it to the elements. I can't be here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. And she left. My mom did have the African American Historical Society come out. There's a stone structure on the property. We didn't know what it was. And she was like, oh yeah, that's the old well. When the owners had built the new house, filled it in. We came and took a bunch of artifacts out. Please come and see me at the museum. It's just up the road. So that's gonna be my next step, is gonna be going and seeing her and talking to her. She knows everything that's going on with my son. She absolutely believes it. And she said, come in, let's see, what we can do. Just come see me. So I'm gonna go and see her. That's gonna be my next step. So that's what I've got so far. I'm gonna keep working backwards and see what I can find.
So according to Kelsey, the house is new, the land is old, and a lot of the land was heavily disturbed when this construction was done. People in the comments are quick to point that out, that could be a huge reason why the haunting is so severe. Then the husband dies at a very young age and unexpectedly. So that's why the owner left in the first place, kind of leaving the home to sort of fall apart. And then this is the last video that I'm going to show you for now, although literally earlier today as I was taking my notes for this, Kelsey posted an update and said that she would have more videos coming either like tonight or tomorrow. That being said, I will look into those in a future video if they're worthy of noting. This was the last of the information that we were given by Kelsey before she took a small break. And in this, she quite simply just explains that despite people's curiosity and despite their comments, that she will not press her son for further information on this topic.
So there are some people in my comments who are telling me to press my son for information. I'm not going to do that. If we talk about these things, it's because he brings them up and he wants to talk about them. If he doesn't want to talk about them, will I ask him some questions? We can have a healthy conversation, sure, but to an extent. From what I've read, the comments I've read, and the things I've researched and the videos that I've watched, my son is a child. He is a baby boy. I talked to one of my friends whose grandma was a very well-renowned psychic in our area until she passed away. And she said that everybody has the ability to do this. It just goes away as you grow up. So right now, my son is a child. He is a child. And do I want answers? Of course I do. I truly believe that the person that I need to help me with those answers is out there, and they're an adult and they know how to protect themselves from this type of thing. He does not.
I completely understand and respect Kelsey's decision here. She says that a psychic, and this is a big reason why I wanted to include this video, she says that a psychic told her that like her son is of course super intuitive, but that we all have that ability. We just kind of like lose it with age. He's also just a kid though, and as creepy as this all is, and as much as it makes for like a fascinating, scary story to listen to, it's also like happening to a child. So I will be keeping an eye on Kelsey's account, following this story, but for now, I just really hope that she and her family are happy, healthy, and safe. The next few TikToks are from a user by the name of joshh.fletch. And basically, this poster went into the Idaho Penitentiary. This is like an old penitentiary that I don't think is currently in use, and I think it's also one of those where you can take tours. And that seems to be what Josh and his friends are up to when he stumbles across something bizarre.
I may or may not have climbed up because there's no stairs.
The first time that I watched this video, I thought that it was the speaking that scared Josh. I thought he heard a voice, freaked out, and that was why he was gonna hightail it out of there. But then I slowed the footage down and I realized that there's something in the jail cell where he starts to freak out. So I'm gonna slow it down and watch it again. There's something standing in the cell, a dark and shadowy figure. And the minute that Josh sees it, he hightails it out of there. So Josh drops this video, goes super viral, and he makes a follow-up in which he kind of explains what happened after he saw that dark, shadowy figure in the cell.
So from the very beginning, it was kind of eerie. Obviously, it's the most haunted place in Boise. It's the penitentiary. But after that video had happened, as I'm climbing down, I yell, "There's something in there." So my friends are running out of the building, obviously, and I get down and I'm left in there alone. And as I'm running, I hear something, but I'm not completely sure what it was because I wasn't focused on it. I was running away from whatever it was. I'm not sure completely what it was. It could have been a mannequin. It could have been actually something because all the cell doors were locked. So I really don't know what it was.
Essentially, he says that he briefly heard something while in there alone. He couldn't be sure of what it was, and he was out of there too soon to like investigate anyway. Some people in the comments were saying that it's like a cardboard cutout that they believe was like placed there to freak people out who might sneak up to this part of the penitentiary. But one commenter had this to say, and it gives me chills. "This building is 100% haunted. There is a reason there's not stairs up to that area anymore." This next video comes from apple.decastro. And in the first video that was posted on this, it was essentially like set to music. It had like the text to speech, kind of like audio over it. And it explains the story a bit, but I think that the video with like no additional audio is way creepier, so I'm gonna give you a little bit of background before you watch. Basically, it's 5:30 in the morning and the poster of this video is stepping on the scale just to like weigh themselves. In front of them is this like long rectangular mirror. And suddenly, in the middle of the footage, her brother comes to her freaking out because he has realized that her reflection is no longer moving. You can see the panic on her brother the moment that he realizes this, and it seems like they immediately go to check the security footage. You'd think that maybe this could be explained with like a camera glitch or a delay, but prior to this moment, her reflection was following her just fine. It was like suddenly it just stopped. And it makes you wonder what happened. The next TikTok is from Real Scary Video, and the caption simply reads poltergeist. In this, it seems like a woman is kind of trying to give like an instructional medical video. I think she's like making like a training video or something in this video. But all around her in this room, strange things are happening.
1, 2, 3, go. Okay na? Now that I have introduced myself to the patient, verify the client's... Now that I have introduced myself to the patient, explain the procedure, and ask for his consent, verify the client's identity, and provide...
Ano ito?
Sige pa din, sige na. O, tara. 1, 2, 3, go. Now that I have introduced myself to the patient,
It starts with the lights flickering, and she continues to try to just do her job, but that's when suddenly a cabinet beside her seems to swing open on its own. And she screams, and the cameraman immediately points the camera down, and that's the end of it. It seemed so genuine. Like the fear in both of them seemed so genuine when the cabinet swung open especially. And I don't know, like I guess it's a really quick video with not a lot of context, but it just really creeped me out. Then we have a few videos from a couple going by Lainey and Ben online. And Lainey and Ben have been posting their haunting for like a while now actually. And I may have even like featured them in a previous scary side or haunted side of TikTok or something, because they have just been experiencing a crazy haunting seemingly for a long time. But recently they moved house, and it seems like whatever was haunting them in their previous home is definitely following. In this video, it seems like we're literally watching a ghost like throw a temper tantrum in the living room. Just watch everything in the living room as this footage goes on, and it literally seems like a kid throwing a tantrum. We can see toys moving, pillows tossed around on the couch, and then in another video, it seems like this ghost is doing basically the same thing, just now in the kitchen. The trash can opens repeatedly on its own, a bottle or cup or something flies off of the counter, a kitchen cabinet flies open and something comes tumbling out. I understand why you would have security cameras up in every corner of your house when stuff like this is happening. And then this really creeped me out. I think that Lainey and Ben are using some kind of program, and I'm not too terribly familiar with this, but I've seen it in other videos of like paranormal footage. Basically where it almost seems like the device or the editing software maybe is detecting like points of energy or motion or something in the air. And basically you can kind of see what looks like a full human figure in this when suddenly a chair comes into view, right where it looks like somebody is standing. We watch as the spirit settles into the chair before it turns away, and then it swings around again as though someone's just sitting there spinning around in this little spinny chair. Then we have a video with a pretty interesting caption. The video in itself is not like that interesting, but I just think that with context, I don't know, it really adds to the haunting. The caption reads, "We've had strange knocks at the door in the past few days. When we answer, no one's there. We decided to set the camera up whilst we went out, and again, knocks at the door." The audio is super quiet here, but the camera is very clearly facing the door, and if you listen quite closely, you can hear what sounds like 3 rapid knocks back to back right at the door. And lastly, from this account, Lainey and Ben, at least for now, we have another video from the kitchen where the spirit does seem to be pretty active. And it basically seems like someone's just walking around and messing with stuff and almost like getting ready to cook or something, or just like going through the things in this kitchen. It literally looks as if somebody was in your home just like rummaging through your stuff, except nobody's there. A drawer repeatedly opens and closes. The kitchen sink turns on and off entirely on its own. Cabinets are opening and closing on their own. Like whatever this is, it's so loud and hungry for attention and very active. It's just crazy to me because Lainey and Ben, again, this is to the best of my understanding, but they've like moved house. Like they've left the previous home where all of this stuff was going down and they've entirely switched homes. And this is still going on. I'll be keeping an eye on things, but it's weird to say the least. The last videos I have here to share with you today are from the TikTok user chelldellbell. And oh boy, this is a creepy one. In this very first video, which has kind of like, again, sat in one of those folders on my phone for just like months and months and months while I got ready to talk about it in some scary side of TikTok, we have a video of the poster as it seems like he's about to settle in for a bath, and he says actually that somebody made the bath for him, except he's there alone.
So I get off work and this is what I come home to, which would be cool, but I'm alone and there's nobody here. So maybe did you run the bath? Were you gonna take it? What the? Did you?
And the video you just watched would be really creepy in itself. I mean, somebody has clearly run this guy like a loving bubble bath with candles and all, and the minute that he kind of puts a stop to it, somehow something starts it all up again. And this video is really creepy in itself. When I first found it, this was like a standalone, just something that was gonna be tossed into the haunted side of TikTok for me. I wound up watching this account through in its entirety. And it turns out that the poster of these videos, the person who's basically recording them, is not even the like account holder. It's the account holder's boyfriend who has been sending her all of these weird videos. This next TikTok comes with a flashing lights warning. I'll have a timestamp on screen for when is safe for you to skip to if you do need to avoid that, if you have any kind of sensitivity to it. But all of the paranormal activity in the house seems to really link back to like this video essentially. See, the guy in the videos has found a creepy doll in his garage. He finds it and he thinks, well, I might as well use it in the house for decor. So he brings her in, places her on a shelf, and that's when this happens.
All right, so I'm thinking creepy doll is gonna go with the creepy books, right? That seems like the best place. Stop! Remy! Remy? Hey, stop! Stop messing with the lights. Elijah! Hey, what are you guys doing?
He calls the names of people who do walk into the room, but we have to assume that if he's this freaked out and like actively posting this video, that they were not the ones messing with the lights. And if they were, they would have told him. Then we have another video from the account that went super viral. It's sitting at like 1.8 million views and it was posted back in September. And in it, our poster, the guy, is talking about Halloween decorations outside of his house. That is, until he notices something behind him.
I came out here to show off the Halloween decorations this year, but I'm not really feeling it as much this year. But all those lanterns are supposed to be like flame effects, and there's like tombstones that you can't see them, they keep blowing down because they're made of styrofoam. Either way, the creepiest building on the block is always going to be this church across the street. I see my neighbors are still. I get it. That's good. I like it, Jim. You got me, man. You guys keep doing it. I love it. It's awesome. Anyway, I thought about like adding stuff to it, but Jim. Bobby, is that you? Bobby. I get it. I get it, man. I don't know what the problem is. I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm just gonna stare at him then. Good, right? Man. Come on, get in the house, man. Get in the house. Come on. Go. Just go to your room. It's fine.
Across the street, in front of the church across the road from him, is a shadowy figure. Our poster, thinking it's a joke, kind of turns away, and when he turns back, another figure, a taller one, has joined the first. And he thinks this is some kind of weird prank, some sort of joke. So he's giggling along and just decides he's going to keep filming them and have a staring contest, basically. That is, until suddenly a truck drives past, and as it does, the two figures disappear. He quickly runs into the house, only then to hear the doorbell ring.
Thing, of course.
All right. Yeah. I know, Dizzy. You got me. Jim, you got me. You got me, man. You got... Fuck. Okay, it's good. Now just stay in your room. What do you want, man?
When he answers the first time, no one is there, and when he answers the second time, the two figures are standing right out front. So then the poster comes back with a bit of like an explanation video. The people he thought he saw in that previous video, basically like his neighbor and his neighbor's kids, can't be responsible for what he experienced. In fact, the kids he thought that might be part of it are out of town.
So I went to Jim's after that night, and I showed him the video.
So I figured it was you know, him and the boys. But he's kind of freaked out by it, actually. So it wasn't him, and the boys have been with their mom for about the past week because there was some, I don't know, leak in their bathroom or something at the house, and like it was flood in their bedroom. He says it wasn't him. And I believe him.
And then he talks about what he thinks he should do next, and this happens.
Sounds crazy. But like the weird stuff started when I got her out, right? So like I think I just need to, you know, put her back. Do I just get rid of her?
As he's talking about getting rid of the doll, suddenly the kitchen sink turns on behind him. When he rushes to go turn it off, his wine glass explodes, and then it's actually explained in the caption here. The doll became so hot in his hands, he had to like drop it. It felt like his hands were burning. So speaking of burning, the poster is like, I need to burn this doll. I need to get rid of this doll. I need to burn this doll. This doll needs to go. And when he does, all hell breaks loose. Once again, a flashing lights warning here, although it seems much milder than the first video that I showed you.
I don't even figure if she's gonna burn my hand, I'll just burn her. It's just a doll. I can't believe they're doing that. It's just a doll. It's just a prank. It's true enough. Huh. Judge? Who's there? Oh. Who's that? Oh. Come out! Oh.
So while holding a bonfire to burn the doll, the poster sees what appears to be someone with a deer's head on their shoulders. We hear what sounds like a bell being rung over and over and over again as we catch glimpses of whoever or whatever this is throughout the home. This is clearly a work of fiction or an alternate reality game of some kind. If you guys have never heard of an alternate reality game, an ARG, basically it's a piece of media or just some kind of storytelling that exists in a universe outside of our own. So it's told to you as if it's really happening, but it exists in an alternate universe. And from what I'm seeing from the account, because I'm really obsessed with it and I binged all of the videos, it might already be wrapped up, but I think that this is a really fascinating story and something worth watching. And like I said, it seems like it's completed, so it sort of already has an ending, which is pretty satisfying. This is one of the best ARGs that I've seen on TikTok and one of the best pieces of horror content that came out of this entire year. So I highly, highly recommend it. And I hope that the videos creep you out just as bad as they creeped me out. So there you guys have it, 18 videos from the haunted and paranormal side of TikTok. I know you guys love these videos and I love to make them for you, so make sure once again to be following me on TikTok at LoeyBugXO and give me a tag in any spooky stuff you might come across. I'm gonna go ahead and go, but I want to say a huge thank you to my subscriber Nightingale Voyager for being a member of this channel. If you want to join my channel memberships and get extra members exclusive perks, including members exclusive videos, polls, sneak peeks into future videos that I'm working on, and so much more, you can click that little join button. It should be somewhere around the screen. We would love to have you. For now, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you did enjoy, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you very, very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!